Hello and welcome to Epic Fantasy Gaming Season 2, Suikoden2. Here we go. Now we had some weird audio issues, which thankfully are gone. Much like this channel's audience. So, they're all off at the Latro videos of this channel in our Fantasy Corner, which kudos to you if you're watching our Fantasy Corner. We love you. I'm kidding. And if you're watching this video,
we love you.
Yeah, I was gonna say we have a blood feud. I'm joking. No, we adore you. Thank you to the one person watching this video. I'm joking. And if there's more than one, wow, Friends must be a rerun tonight. I'm joking. Sorry, I had to do the Drew Carey joke.
Yeah.
I love Drew Carey. He was funny. And he's like,
where are we?
Who are you? Lord Rio and Fisher. What's your business here?
Huh? Well, you see...
We're chasing a thief.
Oh, no, that's not... We came to see you, Lord Ridley. Please talk to us about what happened. Does this pertain to your father, perhaps?
Even you, Lord Rio. I understand. I'll take you at your word, Lord Rio.
although we shouldn't take Ridley at his word.
Last night, one of our patrols spotted a suspicious character. They gave chase, but unfortunately, the person got away. But while running away, he conveniently dropped a secret communique between the Emperor's General Kiba and your Lord Makai.
That's a typo. It should be Kingdom.
Yeah.
What a typo.
What did it say?
Either that or he doesn't understand the concept of monarchy.
It doesn't see a difference between it and Empire. Well, Empire is just simply a bigger Kingdom of Swords. But that said, there's been a democracy that's essentially been an empire. Britain.
Mm-hmm.
Even Rome, during its Republic era, was an empire, technically speaking, at one point.
And what did it say?
It was a secret treaty. Did you know about this, Fisher?
I don't know a thing. Remember, I'm still new here.
Not that new.
That's true. Anyway, the secret treaty was a peace agreement between Two River and Highland.
That's great news for us as well as them.
What do you mean, great news? As a condition, the treaty gives possession of the Cobalt District to those Highland scums.
And you buy it? I wonder if Ridley planted that evidence. I know we're supposed to think Highland planted it, but... And I know they did, but at the same time, I just wonder. But what if you're wrong? As Cobalt leader, my foremost duty is to protect my people. But he's never up for protecting his people.
It's like...
I mean, if he really cared about protecting his people, he would have marched onwards to protect Muse. But he never even gathered his troops. I'm sorry, but Ridley's a traitor. I trust Gerudo before him. Gerudo at least sent the Blue Knights. Sorry, guys, but Gerudo's a much better leader than Ridley or Teresa. And Makai technically admitted... I think Makai did admit that he gave orders.
Well then, we look forward to a favorable response from you. Oh, yes.
I will think about it.
What do you think of my keeper?
I know I can count on the Two River Plenipotentiary Mayor to be sensible. After all, we don't want to war either, except when we're butchering your defenseless people at Kettle. Yes, that was quite fun. Well, excuse me, I must be going.
Father, please wait a moment. Sorry, I don't really care about clouds. You're Lord Ryu, leader of the Dunan army, aren't you? My name is Klaus, tactician for the 3rd Royal Highland Company. I look forward to meeting you on the battlefield. Can you sign this? As a fellow soldier, I salute you and wish you luck. Farewell. Thanks for signing this. Sorry about that.
That's Lord Ryu, a man who beat Solon G.
Actually, he technically didn't really beat him.
More pushed him back.
And bought time. Like, oh, I have a paper cut. Oh, the guys down at the pub are rioting again. Go clean that up. Luca Black, off of your head. You didn't win me victory. Yeah, but just give it 3 hours and I'll have the castle. That's not good enough. You told me 3 minutes. Yeah, whatever.
Oh my god, who was that?
Oh, that was General Kiba of the Highland Army. He came to Two River to offer a peace treaty.
Well, when your army is basically revolted, Ridley basically has a sword at your throat. You can't count on the wingers, because wingers, as far as they know.
They're back from...
Muse has just been slaughtered. Like, here's the thing. Makai was not actually scheming up until this point. We do know that the whole secret communique was a ploy. But here's the thing. Makai has no idea what Ridley was on about the other night. But isn't it convenient that Kiba comes in from one side, the Green Hill lands have yet to be conquered, so I wonder if Ridley was actually involved in the secret communique and just simply planted it and tried to use it, and if really the peace agreement was that the humans and wingers of Two River would be slaughtered, and he would get the remains. Because Ridley has shown himself up to this point to be a fairly treacherous guy. He wanted to basically beat Makai's man, Fitcher, who was sent on to be an ambassador to Dunan.
Who is also secretly...
publicly he went off on an embassy mission, comes back and says, yeah, I'm back from being an ambassador. I'm just trying to get into my office. No, sorry. Wait, embassy? What embassy? Oh, you mean that thing about us sending you to Dunan? Yeah, I'm totally gonna beat you for doing your job. Wait, what?
He's also an agent of Jets.
Fitcher?
Yeah.
No, not at this point.
Ah, okay.
But not anymore. But, like, he was. As far as I know, he served Jess directly. And Annabelle. So, the thing about Fitcher is he's the closest you have to a Muse official, and Ridley basically wants to all but beat him to death.
Politically, Fitcher pretty much outranks him.
But the problem is, this is a feudal system right now.
Yeah, and there's
Every
something...
city for itself.
There's something else. You know how the Cobalt district, how well guarded it is?
Yeah, how did someone slip by there?
Yeah, and you have Makai unable to set up proper guard to the front gates.
Yeah, because he has no troops, because they're all commanded by Ridley. Even the human ones are commanded by Ridley.
And what little he can tap has to pretty much remain between him and the kobolds.
Yeah, because Ridley's liable to probably take his troops into Two River to kill him. Hey, stupid humans! Oh, Choco, stop being stupid. Stupid, stupid, stupid! It's an enemy plot. If you believe them, you're as stupid as you look. Who the hell are you? You wingers are so full of it. No, we're not. You're the ones who are full of it. You're just squatters in this town. Keep your mouths closed. But do whatever you want. Now, here's the problem. Makai doesn't have a choice. Basically, Ridley's already turned on him.
He has the Highland Army pretty much at his doorstep.
And Ridley's basically said, by the way, I'm going to kill you. Wait, so we're not going to fight? No, I actually had planned to side with them to kill you. Oh, so I guess okay, because in war you have 3 options. Fight, surrender, or retreat. He can't retreat. No, Ridley blocked his exit. He can't fight, so he has to surrender. And Chaco mocking him there shows Chaco's a kid. Chaco doesn't understand the situation. That's why he's mocking him.
Mm-hmm. And
if he understood the situation, he'd understand that actually Makai does not have a choice except to trust Kiba. Now, the problem is Kiba is the worst general in Highland history, alongside Joey and Luca. He has no understanding of... I'll actually be honest. I personally think Solange and Luca were probably hoping Kiba would accept the surrender. But Kiba is a bloodthirsty maniac who makes Luca sometimes look well-disciplined. Because all the situation necessitated from him was to accept the surrender of Two River. But instead, he for some reason decides he wants to slaughter everyone in the town. Like, I think he's jealous of the victories Luca secured over Ryube and the rest, and he wants to secure that kind of massacre for himself. No, that kind of victory, I mean. Essentially, this boils down to both sides were being stupid. But when you have an idiot like Kiba, the helm of your command, honestly, some street bum could probably lead an army better than him.
Mm-hmm.
And given Klaus is not questioning his dad, Klaus is every bit as stupid as his dad, so...
And it's a pity Makai doesn't have someone that could assassinate Ridley.
So Boris or something
And leave evidence that it was one of Kiba's Highland spies that assassinated him.
That would be brilliant. That would be brilliant. Very utilitarian, but brilliant. But
and would essentially make a martyr out of him. And
when he's a traitor. Yeah. Fair enough. No.
Lord Ryu, Fitcher, did you go see the Lord Ridley?
Yes, you see.
Let's head to the assembly hall. We can't talk here.
Essentially, when Annabelle died, Makai lost all authority.
Exactly.
He's basically a hostage. He's not even a mayor.
Lord Ryu, how did it go?
Well, you see.
I see. I don't know what to think about that. In any case, we don't have to worry about that now. Lord Kiba came to sign a peace treaty.
That's the enemy's strategy. The Highland Army wants to destroy the state. They're not really interested in a peace treaty.
Guys have to bear in mind, given what happened in South Window, Makai is likely aware that stepping outside those city walls after his city surrenders, his city will be safe, because remember the Two Rivers, the South Window situation. But Makai will be a dead man. His head will be on a pike on his own city's gates. So his plan essentially is, I'll go die for my town, since I'm gonna die anyways, because Ridley's probably gonna kill me, and my city will be safe, and this will end the infighting.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is, he's dealing with Kiba's evil. No, like he's an evil man by nature, who just wants to slaughter everyone he sees. So you have a problem here.
In order to drive a wedge between the humans and the kobolds, of course. Once Lord Ridley learns that Makai is at a meeting with General Kiba, he'll be even more suspicious.
Be serious. This is a great chance that we mustn't pass up. The kobolds don't trust us, and the wingers are no use either. Given the position we're in, we should be grateful to sign this treaty and buy ourselves some time. Fitcher, you may leave. Lord Ryu, thank you for your help up to this point. Tomorrow, I'll meet General Kiba again to sign the peace treaty. Unfortunately, it seems that I won't be able to assist the Dunan army as we discussed. Please forgive me.
Bear in mind, guys, he has no power whatsoever.
And he also could have held Ryu hostage
And traded his life for his own. Instead, he says, you go run off now. I'll go tomorrow and die. Essentially, you guys have to bear in mind, there is no way he doesn't think he's going to die. Like, he knows his own life is forfeit. Because Highland has not shown any mercy to leaders up to this point. Annabelle and Grandmere are good examples. Grandmere was a Highland agent who betrayed the city-state to Highland and essentially acted as one of their top generals when he helped to basically secure the window area, and even probably helped them out with supplying supplies and resources and men to help take the Southern Meuse area. And you have Annabelle, who was cruelly murdered. So Makai has to know his own life is forfeit. What he doesn't count on is Kiba being stupid.
Yeah.
So,
We're supposed to take this at face value.
but there's more going on because Ridley, bear in mind, did not send troops to go help Muse. Ridley has refused to help protect humans. Like, the thing is, ever since Ridley was elected to his office, bear in mind, guys, he's elected, he has actually used every opportunity to try and undermine humans. He's a bigot. And the problem is, Mackay, who's only been in office for 3-4 years now, is essentially at his wit's end. Like, Ridley has basically announced, I want you dead. Mackay does not have any tools to fight with. He has no money because all his money belongs to the state of Two River. The Wingers have actually been more of a nuisance up to this point. They're not willing to help anyone. They've been probably withholding taxes, I suspect.
Yeah.
The Kobolds are not only withholding taxes, but withholding troops.
They might as well be Highlanders.
They are Highlanders. And actually, to my mind, if they were to butcher all the Kobolds in this town, big loss. Big whoop. I'm not in favor of genocide, but the problem is they're not helping anyone. They're basically falling on their swords for, like, just to destroy their own allies.
It's no wonder Shu uses them the way he does later on.
Well, like, he can... Otherwise, he wouldn't be able to use them. And, yeah. The situation's dire for Mackay.
The Highland Army is out there, so you can't leave Two River at this time. Please stay in your room at the New Leaf Inn.
Essentially, wait for an opportunity to escape.
Andre, that's no good. We can't protect Two Rivers such as we are. What else can we do? Ah, my wallet!
Glad to see his priorities straight.
Ray, Granny wants to meet you. There, I told him.
Lord Rio, what do we do? Divided like we are, we don't stand a chance.
Oh, come on. Stop crying, Fitcher. Stop rehashing stuff.
Reinforcements?
Forgive me, Lord Rio. I had a bad feeling about this, so I already sent a letter to Lord Shu requesting aid.
Crafty.
I wonder if the letter even reached him. But, because bear in mind, Shu doesn't really show up in this arc. I don't think he does. Like, he sends what? 50 guys? Which, yeah, that's about right. He does send like 50 guys under Victor's command, essentially.
And essentially rallies all the small villages outside of Two River.
Yeah, which is, well, yeah. But they can't supply much force.
True.
They don't have many armies or forces, because Ridley's essentially cut off Mackay from those as well. Bear in mind, Ridley's essentially the guy in command. This entire Two River government structure doesn't work if the military's on one side. And, like, the problem is, the official mayor is Mackay of the humans. Now, they have a 3 Congress system, which is to say, you have one part of the Congress for the Wingers, another for the humans, and another for the Kobolds. The problem is, you have the military command, which is divided from the official mayor of the overall Two River, Mackay, and the military belongs to Ridley. The problem is, Ridley's basically mounted a military coup and said, oh, well, I don't have to listen to you. When he's supposed to. The thing is, and now each part of this town, all 3 has a different mayor. By electing, what they should have done was, you have the 3 who have a mayor, you have the overall mayor, and maybe you have a separate military head in command, but who is not the mayor of one of the 3 parts of this city.
Mm-hmm.
The trouble is, Ridley has completely broken the system. The system no longer works because he has taken the military, he's mayor of the Kobolds, and basically said, I'm in charge. And I'm going to butcher the other 2 corners.
And meanwhile, you have Mackay essentially doing all the paperwork so that Ridley doesn't need to do all of that.
Yeah.
Why? Mackay wants the city to actually be able to run.
Yeah, essentially, Ridley has mounted a coup d'etat. Honestly, Caesar was more genial towards the Senate. back in the day.
I trust Kogan and Seed more than Ridley.
Yeah, agreed. I trust Luca more than him. No,
Yeah,
I'm serious.
I know. I'm just chuckling at the thought of that.
Luca's a pretty timid military commander,
We used
but he's a pretty passionate diplomat. But bear in mind, he's spared. Now he didn't spare Muse or many of the lands in its area, but he actually spared the entire South Window area, the entire Two River area when he had the chance, and the entire Green Hill area. In hindsight, he's not been as violent as, say, Windy in the Scarlet Moon Empire. Now there's a broad who's insane. No, like, legit freaking insane.
Mm-hmm.
You're late. Granny's house is this way. Yeah.
I expected Fitcher to want to discuss the freaking situation of running across a town. Sorry, Fitcher's starting to annoy me.
You are Lord Ryu, yes?
No, that's...
You are Lord Ryu, yes? I'm Suzu, Great Wing of the Winged Horde. That means leader in your language.
I guess it's the closest translation you could get.
Please come inside. First, let me humbly apologize for my grandson. He will be punished, and he will return what he has stolen. Lord Ryu, could you please show me your right palm?
Okay.
The Bright Shield rune. This is the second time in my life I've seen it. Long ago I saw it shining from afar on the hand of Lord Kingaku. Long ago we lived in the forests of Tinto.
80 years ago.
But then they took our land, they punctured it with holes that they called strip mines. And we refused to strip for them. It was Lord Kingaku who invited us to come to this new... Okay. But Kingaku could not...
Okay, this is not making any sense. 80 years ago? Was that a typo?
I think so, because...
Oh, so they meant to say 30 years.
Yeah, because if that's the case, Han and
Kingaku would have to be like...
at least 95, 96 years old.
Yeah, that makes no sense. Because they're actually in their 60s. They're in like... Yeah, they're in about their 60s. Yeah, we're gonna go with the 30 years ago thing, because...
Because half a true rune does not stunt your age.
Nope.
It may slow it down.
Not
But-
by much.
Not by much, but because they were serving a young Agaris Blight and Annabelle's father.
Yeah. Now, guys, you guys have to bear in mind, as much as Suikoden 3 tried to retcon in that back gate and front gate runes are two halves of an overall whole, they're actually two full true runes. They are. It's been confirmed.
Mm-hmm.
So, because each one of them has been counted as, each one a part of the 27 true runes.
Yeah,
So-
and because of lore regarding Windy no longer aging, and Ryu in here being stated that he has grown a bit.
Yeah, and the other factor is how Leknot doesn't age.
Exactly.
But let's see this.
Lord Ryu, use your power to save us, to save Two River, and to save the state.
No pressure.
By the power of that rune, and by the hand of destiny, I know you have the power. And if not you, McDole will do it.
Can we have her as one of our generals of the army rather than Ridley?
Yeah, she has more brains and balls than him.
Just as Lord Kingaku had the power.
She's probably the only one in the state who doesn't hold crap against Kingaku.
We have talked long and dusk draws near. Lord Ryu, I pray that bad fortune will not soon find its way to your door.
Well, given he has the blessed rune, it won't.
Yeah, and one thing about her is that she sounds like she wants to support Makai, but because of essentially her grandsons and other wingers.
Well, she's gonna support him. We'll see.
Ryu, looks like Granny has a lot of faith in you. I just imagine him as the school bully. But I don't. So you're the son of some old war hero long ago? Big deal. What does that even mean? Dumb. And I'm not returning your wallet either. Jeez, somebody's... You know what it reminds me of? So strike hard, no... strike fair, strike hard, no mercy. From the Karate Kid movie. You know, like Dutch? From there? Oh man, I wish we were watching that movie instead. Honey, you will focus and then do karate. Oh man,
Yeah.
I love that movie. I wish I was watching that instead. Maybe after this we'll just watch Power Rangers.
Mm-hmm. There's a great movie. And when I say Power Rangers, I mean the 1995 classic. Now,
Lord Kiba, what is this? We're supposed to sign a peace treaty today.
Lord Mackay, a leader really shouldn't be so gullible.
Oh, no, I forgot what voice I did for him. Oh, right, fanboy.
What? You're breaking your promise? Damn it all, Lord Ree was right.
I know they're trying to make Mackay look incompetent, but here's the thing. He was essentially coming over to trade his life over, and Kiba basically said, "No, we're killing your entire town."
It's like these soldiers are essentially his private bodyguards.
But they're there to see him die.
Yeah.
Bear in mind, his condition is, I die, my town is spared.
I'm in command here, and I will protect Two River, even if it means my death.
Too late! All forces advance! But wait! Gotta get out!
Sorry, Kiba, please. While he leaves his men to die. Yeah.
We're in trouble! We need more Ridley!
Oh, stop your crying. Do whatever you want. You can use your wings. Sure. These guys give any decent items? I can't remember. I thought they're like you might. Oh, whatever. Who cares? This is a good point to grind, but on the other hand, we don't have the patience. We hurry over to fetch the dumb. I refuse to call him a dog. I like dogs.
Lord Rayo.
General Ridley, what are you doing? Look, you still think there's a secret treaty?
It could be all an act. Besides, at this point, are you saying you won't defend Two River? But, huh?
That voice! Lord Mackay, it's no good. Thanks to the kobolds, we have nowhere to run. This rate will be massacred.
Hence why he was going to sign that peace treaty.
He didn't have a choice.
Two River, falling to Highland, our homeland?
Not yet. Let's go. Cobra Kai never dies.
Sorry, I couldn't resist that one.
What's this?
We'll protect this place. Humans, don't give up the fight. Yeah.
Why are you doing this? Defending this town?
You still don't get it, eh? Okay, I'll tell you again. This town is our town too. You don't think so? Well, I was born here. I was raised here. I love this town. It's where I keep all my stuff. Why shouldn't I protect it? The town, not just my stuff. Bah! You're always so arrogant. Now you're giving up already. Nah. You don't know what it means to love this town. We'll protect it all by ourselves.
What a brat.
Yeah, he is.
Maybe you're right.
From your point of view,
We may be outsiders, But if you love this town so much, we should fight to save her together.
Oh, please. Sorry, it's just... They're trying to aim for the mushy factor, but... At this point, we have this traitor.
General Ridley, can't you hear that?
It's my duty to save Cobalt lives. Are you saying you will defend this town?
Exactly.
This town?
That's right! This town. You don't care if the city is defeated?
General, I want to fight! We all love this town. And there's Captain Jinjin right there.
Right. That's right. We want to fight. We can't let those wingers show us up. Woof. Forgive me. It's my fault. I don't know if we're in time, but by my fangs, we'll show them what we've got. Now put those knives.
Okay, show them your war face. They essentially had to hold him at sword point.
Exactly.
Just to do his freaking job. He was in on it.
Damn, there's too many. They just keep coming.
It looks like us and the winged hordes aren't enough. We're here too.
They're only trained fighters. Well, they have a few others.
General Ridley, Lord Mackay, winged horde kids. I was wrong about you. I shouldn't have believed the stories about you.
Stories you probably made up.
For the honor of the Kobolds and the love of Two River, we must protect this place. General Ridley, Lord Ryu, thank you.
Get them! Everyone attack!
Woof.
Oh, woof.
That's right, Arf. We're going to protect this town.
The kobolds have joined them? Well, they missed their chance. They're ours now! All troops advance! I will lead you nobly from the rear!
Sorry, dude. Like... typical Highlander general. He only has guts if he's in the rear, and he's fighting defenseless enemies. Well, except for Solange, I have to give that guy some credit. He was at least willing to fight and risk his life in the Battle of Muse against Tauron mercenaries and the Matilda Knights behind him. So, you know, ready to slaughter him from behind. I'll give Solange some credit.
If we leave this land, where would we go? This is our homeland. We will defend it.
Yeah, they're trying to go for the heroic statements from every character. I hate this scene.
Guess I'm not going to get that piece of land in Highland.
I hate this scene. Suikoden 1 never had to resort to tricks like this.
Yeah.
This is just stupid. Yeah. Only because it's like, oh yeah, we're gonna have this sentimental scene. Yeah, Suikoden 1 had sentimental scenes, but it didn't need to stretch them out for like 5 minutes when one line could have done the trick, rather than 20.
Yeah. So the Dunan army and the volunteers of the Cobalt village.
Our strategy has failed. Those lucky fools.
It would have worked had you actually stuck to the plan, you dumb moron. Yes, father. That's the voice I went for. How'd you muck the Solange's strategy up? There's no way this plan was Klaus's. It was too smart. Remember, he bongled it with his dad. Like, guys, you just had to not slaughter each other for somebody for 5 minutes, and you'd have Two River. Yeah. Saved Two River from the mess you made. Please.
It's like this was probably the only proper choice Ridley had.
But it wasn't carelessness. Are you saying that my army is inferior to the Dunan army? No, I just think they had a brilliant tactician on their side. I need only apply a bit more pressure to the siege, and apparently you're simply not up to the job. Very well then, I will be happy to relieve you of your duties. Lord Luca,
Oh, it's actually because he was talking back. So Solon G just simply said, "Now hold on, listen, moron, just apply strategy. This is a war. You can't just apply throw your bash your head on the wall till the enemy surrenders. You need to think here." It reminds me of Thomas Cromwell and Henry VIII in this regard. Thomas Cromwell would often talk back to Henry VIII and would tell him, "Listen, you moron, when it comes to war and diplomacy, you need to actually apply strategy." Now, hold on.
I know.
Dying in place is one thing, but this is the ultimate disgrace. Yeah.
But the thing is, eventually Henry VIII had Cromwell's head chopped off, regardless how skillfully Cromwell had served him.
Useless idiot. Well, that's finished. Forget about South Window for now.
Oh, wait. The guy's getting killed for just the South Window, North Window botch up, not the Two River thing, huh?
First, we'll take Green Hill. Will someone here volunteer for command? Is there a worthy general anywhere among you?
Sorry, he is a chicken. He's not exactly the lady from the front.
I'll take the job, sir. Don't be so confident. This isn't like the trifling task you accomplished in Muse. Do you really think you can lead a company of warriors?
This is where Joey comes up with one of his worst plans ever. I don't need a whole company. Just 5,000 men. Give me that, and the prisoners from Muse, and I'll take Green Hill for you. 5,000 prisoners from Muse. And he's gonna arm them and give them the Green Hill area. Arm them against Highland.
It's like...
Interesting. Give it a try, boy. If you defeat Green Hill, as you say,
I'll reward you handsomely. What I don't get is, why didn't Luca kill Joey after the Green Hill botch up? Because Joey did not take the town. He actually got chased out of town. And he got a bunch of Highland soldiers killed. He did not secure the Green Hill area. Actually, Dunan forces are crossing in and out of that region like it's their their freaking garden, like in their backyard. Like, what the hell? Like, this actually was a big disaster. And like, Joey's just incompetent, and it makes no sense for him to survive as he did.
But if you are not successful, you'll meet the same fate as your unworthy predecessor.
I'm sure Sazare wouldn't appreciate that.
No, because Joey's his rep. Because Dan's theory. Go on and explain it.
There's actually evidence to show that Joey does have the merchant connections with Harmonia.
Because there's a line that's dropped by his dad that, by Joey, that his dad has Harmonian connections.
So that could imply, with the entire theory that I have, that Joey was in on the Unicorn Brigade from the beginning.
It means he was basically the linchpin between Luca and Harmonia. Now, Luca, politically, this would mean that he's not a very strong political leader because he's essentially... Highland's independent from Harmonia, but Luca's going back to being a vassal of Harmonia. And it's Joey who arranged it. Now, my theory is Aguirre's had an arrangement with Annabelle and Toron. Luca found out. Joey arranged for him the deal with Harmonia. And this entire war here is really these are the front lines in the real conflict, which is between Toron and Harmonia. And the Toron Republic was going to bring together kind of Highland and Joustin beneath Annabelle and Aguirre's, but under Toron auspices, so to speak. They'd be loyal to Toron. And this would push the border all the way of Toron to an extent, politically, all the way up to Harmonia. Now, the problem is, Luca backstabbed that plan because, well, he's Luca. He doesn't like this sort of idea and teaming up with Toron and Joustin. And, yeah. So, Toron... Now, this was all part of... Lepin wanted to make these arrangements because he's also got to try to show himself to be a strong leader because who are his predecessors? Matthew and McDowell. Those are big boots to fill. And even Barbarossa was pretty good on the domestic front. Maybe not the internal affairs front, but the domestic front he was solid. So, you know, Lupin has big boots to fill. Now, the problem here is this means the real conflict is not between Joust and Highland, but Harmonia and Tauron, who are in the midst of a Cold War. And they're waging their war, sort of, via Dunan or Joustin and Highland. So here we go. Yes, sir. I understand. I'm also pretty good at blowies, so I should be fine. There's no way he wasn't blowing him. Yeah, I can't do his voice. My throat's shot.
Oh, you too, huh?
Huh? Yeah, what happened after the battle ended? He just passed out. Okay, that's stupid. So Ryu's so weak that he just passes out after a battle? Yeah, these writers hate Ryu. When we do the story podcast, we're not going to mention that detail.
Yeah, the...
You could have just said, like, you passed out in your bed as soon as you got in. Instead, they state that he passed out on the battlefield. Which is dumb.
Yeah.
You know what? Yeah, so Victor did show up. With probably like 20 to 50 guys and keep a broken rain at just the side of that. Why did Solon G get killed? It should be Kiba's head on a platter. Him and Klaus.
The problem is...
They bungled the operation. So Solon G was alive, had organized a two-river plan, and Kiba and Klaus were too stupid to see it through.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe they were politicizing against Solon G and genuinely bungled it up in order to get G killed.
Maybe.
And so they're playing internal politics. Bear in mind, Kiba approved of the Ryubei massacre. And guys, I know you said, I don't like this. Well, if he didn't really like it, he would have pulled his forces back. He's a baron. The thing is, he has rights. He doesn't have to follow Luca. But he's choosing to participate in the massacres.
Yeah.
And remember, Agers does not approve of this. I suspect Kiba's always been Luca's man, so to speak, in the with the idea of going against Tauron and Joustin. And that Kiba favors Harmonia. He's a pro-Harmonian general.
Mm-hmm.
So, once again, the politics comes in. Solon G doesn't care about the politics. He's just there to win a war. And he's doing too good a job. That's the problem. Harmonia's going, wait, no, like, you're doing too good a job. We need you to need us. And Kiba kind of sees it as, well, I don't want Solon G to rise too high, because if he keeps winning victories, he's probably going to get something like Jilia's hand in marriage. And Kiba's looking at that and going, oh no, I want to rise. Glory and power should be mine. And I actually think Kiba, you got to bear in mind, Luca, Agers dies. Kiba's probably hoping for something like Jilia's hand for Klaus, and that would put him in line for the throne. Well, his son in line for the throne. Then he just has to dispatch Luca. So Kiba's not a heroic guy. He's a villain. Because bear in mind, he said, I want to massacre everyone in Two River. So if he pulls it off, he massacres all of Two River. But if he doesn't, he gets his commander killed. Because, power, money. And every massacre Kiba's been participating in. Same with Klaus. They may claim they don't approve of it, but they do approve of it. And technically, the massacre of the South Meuse area is part of the coup against the Agers. They've commandeered royal forces and resources against Agers' wishes when he's lying dying in his bed in Illinois to do whatever they want. I'm going to be honest. If Joey and Luca had not killed Agers, Kiba would have. I truly think Kiba was in on it. Or, well, would have been in on it. I mean, he would have been in on it. He totally would have killed Agers. So the problem is, Agers has nothing but snakes around him. Poor old man.
Mm-hmm.
Long time no see, Ryu. You're a real war hero, aren't you? I wasn't able to help out at all.
Okay. I truly don't think Victor's really trying very hard in this war right now. Honestly, he's a better tactician than Shu. He actually pulled off some serious cool victories in the Liberation War. So, okay, I'm actually going to suggest something. Lupin needed frontmen to essentially escort his messengers to and from Meuse and Agers. Victor was positioned in a key area. I think Victor was Lupin's man the whole time, and that he was he was working for Annabelle, but that when Muse fell, Napon's plan kind of temporarily fell through, but that the minute they secured Dunan Castle, Victor and Flick kind of started to put in like 2% effort rather than 100% in order to make sure that Dunan basically got sabotaged to an extent into having to go surrender to Toron. Because they're Toron people. Like, I know Victor says, I'm from Joustin, but he spent, 14 years in Joustin. He's 33. Yeah, he's about 33 years old to 36 years old at this point. But he spent 20 years in Toron. He's Toron through and through. And one has to bear in mind, I also think Victor and Flick were up in the north to also look for McDole in case he slipped across the border. So they're there to look for McDole. They're there to secure deals for Toron, because they do have some Toron vets in their army. And they're clearly not trying to help Dunan army. I actually think they're such skilled generals, they could have easily reversed the situation and retaken South Window single-handedly, just by almost weight of reputation. But they're not doing anything. They're just sitting in the castle, drinking beer, and just refusing to participate in battles, essentially. So, except when Shu tells them, hey, can you go pick up Ryu? Sure. Why not? Whatever. I'm not really going to try. So, I actually think that they're just pushing the situation to get worse till Shu has to give up and go cry to Toron. Not to say that they want the massacres to happen. They're doing enough to stop people from dying. Innocent people from dying. But they're not really fighting too hard so that, it creates a window of an opportunity for Napon.
You know what I'm wondering?
What?
Why did Shu bring Victor?
Victor's his strongest guy there.
Yeah.
Probably to browbeat Ridley.
That's what I'm thinking.
Because Fitcher probably included in the letter. Yeah, things are going south. This is what Mackay said. This is what Ridley said. Now, Fitcher's really dumb. He doesn't see that there's more going on behind the scenes. And Shu probably immediately picked up on, Ridley's going to be a problem. I'll bring a muscle man with me. And Victor's not as nice as Flick. But there's another thing. Victor is known to have been Annabelle's lover. He was Annabelle's lover, and he has connections to President Napon. He doesn't... You bring him along, he's not there to... that's not the Velvet Glove. That's the Iron Gauntlet. But at the same time, he's an aggrieved lover. And given how Toranians take such things... Now, Victor was never married by Toran custom. Yeah, I know he was married in his youth in Dunan. But the thing is, he doesn't advertise that he was married, but he was Annabelle's lover. To Toranians, this carries a lot of weight. And Shu, knowing what he knows about Toron, probably thinks, well, this means Victor will be pretty steamed with the other city-state leaders. So I need this berserker right here.
With the local...
Oh, here he's just being oily. But there's another problem with how Shu manages things. Mackay here is acknowledging Ryu as leader. Shu is saying, I'm leader. And Ridley's saying, well, I'm in charge of Two River. This is a mess. This war is a mess. Shu honestly doesn't give a damn about Ryu. He says, Ryu's leader, but he's just using Ryu as a poster boy.
Ridley saying, you can count on our full...
support. No, you can't. Victor hasn't said anything. Victor's a big mouth. He's just hanging in the back, just arms crossed and kind of looking at everyone whatever. Yeah, my theory, I think, is completely true. The problem is also in how the Dunan army is being managed. Because, Mackay's trying to, say, okay, so Ridley's in charge. Yoshi, I'm in charge. You're Ridley. Well, I'm in charge. This is a mess. This cannot win a war. This is Magnus Pompeius's war camp. And all over again. You know what I mean by that? That's what happened in Muse. That's what's happening even right here during this embassy. And you had Cato, Cicero, Pompey, and Scipio all yelling and screaming, and even Brutus, yelling and screaming at the top of their lungs in that war camp 2,000 years ago in the war between Pompey and the Senate, Pompey/Senate versus Caesar. That's what's happening right here. This is a mess.
And for Shu's pretty much requesting preferring Fitcher over Ridley.
Well, actually, he's saying bring in Ridley and Fitcher.
Yeah.
And Makai's unsure. But the thing is, I'm pleased to work for you, Lord Shu. Fitcher thinks Shu's in charge here. Why use that clever mouth? I'm kidding. But the problem is, Shu is basically saying, I'm in charge.
Well, let's go back, Ryu. This is a nice town, but we have lots of work to do.
Only then does Victor talk. Why was Victor quiet throughout this meeting? Victor's got the most brains in that room. No, Victor's the smartest guy in that room. He is. I know a lot of fans don't want to think of him as being pretty smart, but he actually is. He's crafty. Shu, I'll actually say, is the most arrogant guy in the room.
Yeah.
And I actually think Victor and Flick's plan hinges on Shu actually getting his ego destroyed. Because the dude is a narcissist.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Ryu. No, I mean, great leader of the Dunyan army. You take me with you, too.
Sure, okay.
Sure. Oh, sure. Okay.
Thanks, Ryu. Okay, let's go.
Chaco joined the group. Yeah. Chaco's actually pretty useful.
Oh, yeah, here. Take this back. After all, we're friends now.
Your money was returned.
My wallet!
Oh, yeah, I used what was in there.
What did you say?
Don't get so mad. There was hardly any in there.
Oh, well, that's a problem.
Wait, you little punk!
Yeah, and, like, you just look at Shu, like, he didn't do anything, but he took the credit.
Yeah.
He did take credit for Ryu's accomplishment here. This was more diplomatic, like, mission. Shu did not do anything. And the thing is, technically, it was Victor who led the forces to there. But Shu went and took the credit. He is a narcissist. The problem is, well, the problem is, wow, and we thought Sheena had an ego in the first game, right? Shu has an even bigger one. The problem with Shu's ego is he cannot tolerate, fried tacos. He cannot tolerate sharing credit. So he is actually the worst enemy of Dunan right now, in a way. He thinks, oh, well, Annabelle was an idiot. She couldn't handle all of the jousting leaders at once. I, of course, am smart enough to. But the problem is, Matthew's best student, does not even he can handle all these idiotic jousting leaders. Annabelle was no idiot. And the problem is, Shu is not accustomed to politics or war. He's a merchant. So, the thing is, Victor's and Flick's plan, sadly, they don't want to be cruel, but the entire plan hinges on, essentially, just waiting for Shu to screw up enough for even him to realize how badly he's done. Yeah. But of course. Yeah. So their entire plan hinges on basically Shu finally cracking and going, you know what? Please, yes, I can't do this. We need Toron. Which you gotta bear in mind. While I said that the state essentially took Green Hill, they kind of didn't. It was no man's land. Highland controlled some of the countryside up to, well, the border of Green Hill. They controlled a bit of the countryside inside, but not too much. But Dunan did not control the area either. And here's the thing. Shu could have negotiated with the troops in Green Hill. But he didn't. He didn't think of it. Not very bright of him. He also ended up failing to secure the South Window region when Luca gave up on it. And basically gave it over to Luca. I'm just saying, like, you have, and Shu never really takes the offense, except he thinks, well, maybe I could take out Luca. But then when Luca leads that pretty desperate charge of his personal guard through the Dunan forces and routs them, Shu ends up going, well, okay, we're pulling back. Enough of this. We can't win like this. When, no, you had him on the ropes. You can kill Luca. But it's it's really, in a way, Leon who pulls through with that night raid plan. That was not Shu's plan. That was... like, Leon Silverberg's a terrible strategist. He is. He's a moron. But, hey, look at it this way, guys. In this war, it's just a matter of who's dumber. The Dunan leaders or the Highland leaders. Sometimes that's historically how it works. Whereas in the Scarlet Moon Imperial War, it was, well, it was a matter of who was smarter. And I know a lot of fans love this game, and I do have a special place in my heart for it, but man, nobody is really smart in this war. They're all really dumb.
Mm-hmm.
And
now that we're at
okay. Oh, he's biologically 17 years old. He was 14 in the first game, so he's aging. Suikoden 3 is non-canon because in there Luke has the body of a 15-year-old when he wouldn't, because Luke is biologically 17 years old at this point. Ha! He's aging slightly slower, but he is aging. Sorry. Any chance to discredit Suikoden 3, I will take it. I hate that game. That game hates Suikoden as in turn, though.
Now that the castle is at the next level, we can we can probably recruit some others.
Such as?
Right there. Well, I'll go fetch Clive.
Sure. We have to get him at this point. And he actually hits kind of hard with his gun.
Mm-hmm.
There is a slight piercing effect. To a limited extent. He's not the strongest character, but he's better than nothing. So, yeah. Like I said, I'm not terribly fond of Shu's non-strategies in this war. This entire area is yours right now. All you have to do is, I guess, garrison troops in Radat town. Joins party. Well, now we recruited him, we can go back. Oh right, we can also talk to the stallion.
Let's see if we've ran away enough times.
Let's hope so. We'll run away here.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I love doing his voice.
Has the dog been there the whole time?
Yeah.
So he's been in the room the whole time? I didn't know. He was outside the door. Oh, yeah. He wants his belly rubbed, too. With a big, wide grin on his adorable face.
Huh? Huh? What? Never seen ears like mine before? That's right. There aren't any other elves around here. My name is Stallion. I'm the fastest elf alive. When I'm running away, that is. When Greenhill was attacked by Highland, I was the only one that was able to escape the Highland soldiers. I ran away and came all the way here. Oh, by the way, what do you want? Yeah, well, I'm in training anyways. Hey, why don't we have a race? Why don't we have a race? Are you ready? Wait, wow, didn't know there was such fast human. Of course I did let you in. Okay, I've decided I'm gonna join the Dinan Army too. Of course I'll join. Of course, it's only so I can study how you run so fast.
Yeah, why is he even in that town?
He ran away from Green Hill.
Yeah, but what was he doing in Green Hill?
Yeah, there seems to be a...
Remember, he's the Fitcher of the Liberation Army.
It's like
He served in that kind of messenger capacity for Matthew.
It's like seeing Sheena when we were leaving the one town.
Yeah, there's no way he's just... That's the son of the President Le Pen. Like,
Him escaping from Muse when it's
like him having even been near Muse is suspicious.
it's
I actually think my theory is true that Le Pen was... I also think, like he was arranging a kind of coup d'etat against both countries with the assent of both leaders. Because you gotta bear in mind, Agar's Blight wants nothing more than to disinherit his insane son. Annabelle wants to just end the conflicts between Highland and Joustin, as well as stick it to Harmonia. So, this means their goals co-align. And Le Pen wants to stick it to Harmonia. So, yeah. Sheena's there for a reason. I think Stallion was probably a spy.
yeah.
But here's the thing. Highland has not taken Green Hill yet. Did he maybe get discovered by Teresa and she tried to have him killed?
Perhaps.
Because guys have to bear in mind, for all her positive reputation amongst the fans, she's worse than Gerudo. Gerudo at least sent troops to help Muse. Teresa did not.
Right.
She withheld 3 years taxes of rice, and she the Muse soldiers have not arrived in Green Hill yet.
Not to mention, that's the town. You have to go to in order to get to the Tehran area.
So what is Stallion just doing there, lying around, waiting around for?
If he's a refugee from Green Hill, why wasn't he in Two River?
Or even over in Toron. Because he should have gone back to Toron. Maybe he went to Toron and came back. Like, it's so weird. What's he even doing in... What's he still doing in Dunar?
There are two. It's like
There's too many Toranians in Dunar.
There are a couple of them that are just there due to coincidence, like in the future Hicks and Tengar.
Yeah, but I wonder if Tangar is really there as part of a coincidence.
Mm-hmm.
Tangar, I think, is... Remember, that Warrior's Journey quest thing. They heard it from Flick and her dad. Because she does, I think, mention that Flick told her about it. But Flick is operating with Le Pen, like, on his orders. So Tangar, I think, was there operating on presidential orders as well. But Hicks didn't know. Hicks doesn't know.
It does do one other thing.
Because Hicks is a bit of a big mouth. And Tangar, maybe a big mouth, but she can keep a secret.
That would also mean that Tangar was put there to undermine Ridley's influence in the Cobalt Forest Village area.
Yeah, and she is the daughter of the chieftain of the Warriors Village.
And
the Lorimar region.
Because of the connections between that village and Lorimar, they'd be much more willing, and because of the entire test with Hicks, they'll be much more willing to follow Hicks and Tangar over Ridley.
Maybe she is there to subvert the region. What's more is, one has to bear in mind, like, she's essentially an ambassadress. And she does carry weight. She's a high-ranking official. She's a VIP's daughter.
So,
like, her and Sheena's a spy, I think. Not like Sheena that can be useful in any other capacity.
He knows how to use his mouth.
Yeah, and he's essentially another Fitcher. He's there to basically smooth talk. Well, try to smooth talk Annabelle. I don't think anyone could smooth talk her except maybe Victor. And he's just there to persuade her into, and basically to represent Le Pen during the negotiations. Tangar is over in that village just to represent the chieftain of the Lorimar region. I actually have a theory that maybe that couple of villages wanting to shift over to Toron. Like, actually physically move the village over to Toron and abandon the Two River area.
Because from what the elder in that forest village says, he much seems to much prefer Makai over Ridley.
And what else to bear in mind? They get messengers and people from Warriors Village to do that test all the time. But the thing is, for Tangar to suddenly show up claiming, well, I heard about it from others from the village. Yeah, okay, but why? Like, I still wonder, why are you here when there are other tests you could have Hicks take?
Mm-hmm.
At the same time, like, remember, she goes, she's not even surprised to see Ryu, I think. She's like, oh, you're here. Good. You can help Hicks here. Essentially, she's like, oh, good. You're here on time. It's like, wait, on time? You mean, like, you were essentially expecting me? Like, it's just, there's so many characters in Toron who just conveniently show up right where Ryu's headed. But at the same time, there are generals who could probably turn the tide of a battle, who were great generals of Toron, like Flick and Victor, who basically go, oh, look, I forgot how to wield a sword. Like, as soon as Shu shows up. But I think that they are measuring Shu. Like, they're really smart guys, and they're just looking at him and going, like, oh, okay, we have to wait for his ego to pop, for the bubble to pop, so to speak. And then we can propose maybe an actual pragmatic solution to the problem. But anyways, tell us what you think of our theories. We'll probably do actual videos of the Fantasy Corner involving them. And until next time, take care. And don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel to stay tuned for more videos.